Greetings comic book fans, welcome once again to Dude's Comic Haul. I'm Jason. This is my weekly haul video where I share with you the new books I've picked up this week. A bit later this week because I was working yesterday and it time wise wasn't going to work out. So I've got my comics. Something else I picked up this box the other day from my comic book shop. I thought it'd make a nice thing to kind of keep my comics in every week. So when I buy my books, I can kind of just put them in here while I'm reading them. So that was a nice little thing I bought. I was going to wait and buy it after Christmas, but in the end I decided, you know what, I'm going to pick it up now. But yeah, it's a nice little box, and you know, keep my comics in it every week to carry around as I'm reading them around the house. Stop them getting damaged or anything. So anywho, massive haul this week, a Tyrannosaurus Rex size haul. So let's kick it all off. Here we go. First up we have Batman issue number 37, part 3 of Endgame. Really been loving this. It's been a real return to form for Snyder. I think Capullo has been consistently brilliant on art, but I think with I never remember which way round it is, whether it was 0 year or year 0. Whichever way round it was, I wasn't the biggest fan of that story. I felt it went, yeah, I just wasn't, I don't want to go over all that again, but yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of that story. So but this has been a real return to form, and the first 2 parts of this has just blown me away, and really looking forward to reading the 3rd part. We then have Batman Eternal issue number 37 as well. Funny how that's worked out, that it's the 37th one. Looks like from the cover, it looks like it's going to be a Catwoman issue. We then have Batman and Robin, which my comic shop, they gave me the Darwyn Cooke cover, which I really like Darwyn Cooke's art, so I was quite chuffed that they gave me those ones. We then have Justice League 37, again a Darwyn Cooke cover with the classical Justice League there, which I really do love that cover. You've even got Green Arrow in the back. So yeah, like I say, love Darwyn Cooke's art, so yeah, real pleased with those. We then got Multiversity, New Thunderworld Adventures, which I'm looking forward to. I've enjoyed these so far. The last one, was it Pax Americana, was it? I felt that was a bit strange. It was kind of very non-linear storytelling, so it was I think it's one of those books you need to read a few times, and I've definitely got to go back to that again. But all the others I've really enjoyed so far that they've done of these. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. We then have the New 52 Future's End issue 33. Really nice scary cover there with 50 Sue on the cover. Yeah, I like that cover, a bit freaky. We then have BPRD Hell on Earth issue 126. Like last issue, I had some problems with. I'm hoping the more I read of these, the more the story's going to begin to make sense and start connecting with me. But yeah, so got that one. Because I've just fallen in love with all things Valiant right now, so I've picked up Harbinger of Faith issue 0. I'm certainly in the new year going to be getting a lot more into Valiant. My main thing for the beginning of the year is I want to kind of try and catch up on all the issues of X-O Manowar, and then start buying a lot more Valiant and hopefully cut down on Marvel. I just feel at the moment Marvel, they're not a very fan-friendly kind of a company to follow. You know, they're very much about, yeah, and all companies like to make profit, and I've got no problem with companies making profit, but it's like Marvel just kind of want to milk you totally dry, and there's just no kind of real, you know, you look for example at Image, how they'll give you a first issue with 42 pages, sorry, and they'll charge you the normal price, and that's that kind of customer thing that instills brand loyalty. Marvel don't have that. If they're going to do a 42 pages, they're going to charge $4.99, and you got the randomness of the $4.99 books, which I don't like. A book comes out and you don't realise it was going to be $4.99. Then as well, you've got the books that come out twice a month, and I know not all the books do. A lot of them are like 18 issues a year, but still. And then like they wait until December to bring out a bunch of annuals when they're going to be 2 big weeks anyway. Yeah, so I'm really a big fan of the way Marvel are doing business right now. I've always been a big fan of Marvel. as a kid, they were the first company's comics that I started reading. They introduced me to comics, and I've always had a certain loyalty to them. But that's kind of slowly dissipating as the years go by, and as I see companies come up like Valiant and Image, and I'm kind of liking how they treat their customers, and I'm definitely becoming more of a fan of their books. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. We then have Alex and Ada, issue number 11. I think this finishes at issue 15, so we should be coming to the home straight now. I remember originally they said it was 12, but I'm sure I heard somebody say it was going to be 15 issues, so yeah, but the story feels like we're entering that final thing, and it's going to be really interesting how everything ends up in this. We then have Witches, issue number 3, which I've been loving this. This has been a great new series, and yeah, and the art by Jock. I'm not the biggest fan of Jock's art. It's just not to my taste. The few things I've seen of his art, but I feel this is just perfectly suited, and the colours, the art, the writing, everything just goes together so well, and I'm really loving that real scary book. We then have The Bunker, issue number 8, which I've been really enjoying, and so I'm looking forward to getting the next part of that. We then have All New Captain America, issue 2, which I enjoyed the first, so I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. We have All New X-Men, issue number 34, which this book's a bit on the bubble for me. I feel that it's kind of, at the moment, I like the whole going to the Ultimate Universe. I think that's an interesting story. But in many ways, this book feels like it doesn't feel like it's got any forward momentum. It just feels like it's out every month, and it isn't a book like that, you know, I really anticipate each month. So it's definitely one of the books that's on the bubble. The only thing that might save it is that it has got a crossover coming with Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm kind of like, should I wait till that crossover's finished before I decide, you know, yeah, I'm gonna drop it, or should I just drop it and then pick up them issues? I don't know. But certainly I want to finish this story arc first before I drop it, if I drop it. But yeah, it's definitely one of the books on the bubble. We then have Access, issue number 8. Really disappointed with issue 7, and I've been disappointed with this story so far. I'm hoping against everything that this is going to be the issue where all the good ideas kind of pollinate and kind of burst into action. But I think I'm going to end up very disappointed with this crossover or event. We then have Black Widow, issue 13. Really looking forward to this. Phil Noto is just killing it on the art on this book, and the story has just really picked up, and where things were last issue, I'm just really eagerly anticipating what's going to happen next. We then have Captain Marvel, issue number 10. It's celebrating the 100th issue of Carol Danvers in her solo books, so that's why they charge it $4.99 for it. I find it hilarious the way Marvel say we don't want to do high numbering because it puts people off jumping onto books, so we're going to keep relaunching the books, right? Plus also they like the way the boost that the number ones give you, but they have no problem with kind of numbering a book issue 100 if it means they can charge $4.99 for it. So yeah, I find it a bit funny. But anywho, I do love the old school kind of cover, and I am really enjoying this book, just not enjoying the price. We then have Deathlock, issue number 3, which again, this is another series I'm really enjoying. It's written by Nathan Edmondson, who also writes Black Widow, and yeah, he's doing a really good job, and it's going in an interesting direction that I'm looking forward to seeing how it's all going to play out. We then have Fantastic Four, issue number 14, which this has been really good. I feel Robertson's really coming into his own. I feel Kirk's art is just at his all-time best. But yeah, this is one of the books that's going to get cancelled. I think this one finishes in January, so it really feels like it's gearing up to that final hurdle now, so I'm looking forward to that. We then have Guardians of the Galaxy, issue number 22. Love the way last issue ended, and I'm eagerly anticipating what happens next. And then we have Inhuman, issue number 10, which is an Axis tie-in. So Medusa's been infected by the inversion spell, so Spider-Man looks like he's going to go up against Medusa, which should be interesting. We then have Spider-Woman, issue number 2. Do not like that cover. I love the logo, the way they got the old school Spider-Woman logo, but do not like that cover. It's a Greg Land book, so I feel a bit dirty playing it. But I really enjoyed the first issue. I really like Spider-Woman. She's one of my favourite characters, so I'm going to give it a go. Hopefully Greg Land might be on it for like one arc and then maybe move on to another book. But the first issue wasn't too bad though, and neither was the art. And then we have Scarlet Spiders, issue number 2. Loved the first issue. Was just an excellent book. One of the best Spider-Verse tie-ins that they've done, and I'm looking really forward to this issue. The writing and the art were all really great on this one, so well worth. If you're enjoying Spider-Verse, this is one of the tie-ins well worth checking out. So those are my books. 22 books for me to get through, so I think that's going to keep me out of mischief for a few days. I will be back on Tuesday with a review video where I'll review all these bad boys, and then my haul video should be up next Wednesday. I know it's going to be Christmas Eve, so I don't think many people will watch it, so I was in two minds whether to do one, but I want to do one. There's 20 books. I think there's 22 books again next week, so it's a big week, so I really would like to do a haul video. But I'm very realistic in that I don't think it'll get many views, because I think a lot of people will be far too busy. Anywho, that's me done for the day. I like to welcome my new subscribers and thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'd like to, if you've enjoyed this video, please give me those beautiful thumbs up. I'm off now to go and read some of these comics. So I've been Jason. This has been Dudes Comic Haul. Bye for now.